What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been about a month and a half now since my last upload, but if you watched last video, you know the last thing we did was take the S2000 engine, or the F20C engine, to the machine shop to get it rebuilt. But due to COVID-19 and all that stuff, the engine isn't quite ready yet. It has been sleeved already. It just needs to be assembled back together. So that being said, something did come up just recently, and let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. I was on the road and suddenly my clutch goes out, and so I pull over. You know, I had to go do a gig. I couldn't do that anymore. I went back home. I was able to pull the truck. I got it back here. This is my Toyota pickup truck, Toyota T100. It's got 200,000 plus miles on it. I'm pretty sure that clutch is stock. That's the original clutch that's in there. And what I noticed was, after inspecting a little bit, I found that the clutch fork actually broke, and I'll show you guys that once I jack up the truck and I go underneath and, you know, take a look at it. But either way, I'm still going to be pulling that transmission to replace that clutch fork, and I think it's just a good idea to go ahead and replace the full clutch system, you know, from the pressure plate to the disc, the release bearing, the pilot bearing, and all that good stuff. Flywheel, I'm going to see if we can reuse the same one, but and along with the transmission fluid change. So let's just not waste any more time and get this up in the air and take a look underneath. Okay, under the truck right now, that is the oil pan from that's the engine oil pan. This is transmission right over here. So I'm either gonna have to either lower it down to like fully remove the transmission, or just remove it from the engine and remove the support back here, and then just see if I'm able to just push the transmission back to be able to you know, get inside the you know, clutch. That's the fork right in here. I don't think you guys are able to see where it cracked, but once I'll show you guys once I pull the clutch, the fork. So you can see, drive shaft just came undone. All the sensors and stuff like that already they're undone. So up top here from the engine bay, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts that bolt onto the engine. About 1, 2, 3, 4, and those are already undone. So pretty much all the bolts are undone, and all the sensors that go on the transmissions unplugged. The transmission should be ready to come off anytime soon now. So yep, let's keep going. Transmission is out, so you can see, and if you take a look at this fork here, so this hooks up to the slave cylinder. Slave cylinder pushes on this. See if you're able to see that. So slave cylinder pushes on this, so like that, pretty much forward and back, and that pushes this the release bearing, and that pushes the pressure plate on the clutch, so that it disengages the clutch, so that you can shift gears. So as you can see, take a look at that. Take a look at that. Check that out. That is crazy. The thing snapped. It's just half an inch of actually just tearing apart all the way. Okay, so that's the old piece. This is the new one. That's the new one right here. This is the old one. I had a difficult time finding it. Part number 31204 2071. 2071. So you can look that up. They didn't have it at AutoZone or any other parts store. So you can get it online, or actually I got it from one shop. They were the only parts store that had it. So yeah, so there's that part number. If you need this, there you go. You can actually find it with that part number. It's OEM. So yeah, so now we know that was the problem. But since we are already taking shit apart, well, now we're gonna wait for the fucking airplane to go by. What I was saying was, since we have the transmission apart, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and throw in a new clutch kit. That would be this release bearing, the pilot bearing that goes in the middle, the fork, the pressure plate, the clutch disc, and let me show you guys all those parts. Alright, this is the clutch kit. Open this shit up and see what we get in the box. There's a few different ones for a few different brands. You can go with AutoZone, Duralast. There's a Luke, who is German. There's like Exeti, which is Japanese, and a few different ones for you to choose from. Just, you know, do your own research and go about it like that. I went with the Duralast just because, even though a lot of people are saying, you know, it's crap, you do get a lifetime warranty, so I did like that about it. Here's the clutch. That's a new clutch right there. Clutch disc. And this right here should be the pressure plate. Let's take a look at it. Agarra ahí. Agarra aquí.
¿Quiere que le diga una cosa?
Agarra aquí. Dígame. Okay, so that is the pressure plate right there. And this would be the release bearing right here, along with the pilot bearing right in the middle. Should be in there. And oh, here's the pilot bearing. Pilot bearing here. That's just a guide tool to help you center the clutch. And again, release bearing. So fork, pilot bearing, pressure plate, release bearing. So those are the parts we're going to be putting in. That's the old clutch. That's the old pressure plate. So you can see a little bit of, you know, scuff marks and things like that. That one being pretty new. And then the disc, some burn marks on there. And that's a new one. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get these all installed and get that transmission back in there. So let's keep moving forward. Old one, new one, fork right over here. What I'm gonna do is put the fork right in here and then put it in there. So let's do that. That clip, actually both of them, going like that. So that's in there. So, like that. Oh my God! Not too worried about all that grease in there, because I just gotta get this done, and I'm gonna be removing the engine down the line, and I'm gonna be redoing all this. I just need this to be done and running smooth, because I gotta take care of a few things. I actually need the truck, but as soon as I'm done working on the S2000, I'm gonna be working on the t100 and pulling all this apart again. So when I do that, I'm gonna clean every single part best I can. So I'm not too worried about that. Just for this fix. That's the release bearing. Fork is gonna go on there, and then we're gonna be able to mount the transmission. Be able to mount the transmission on there. So yeah. Alright guys, it's kind of getting dark already, so I think I would just wrap it up right here. I'm almost done. Truck is back here, so transmission is already up on there, I just gotta do a few bolts that from the engine to the transmission, tighten those up, and yeah, I think tomorrow morning I'll show you guys, you know, once everything is already put back together. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Next day, S1000 sitting back there. I'm waiting for the engine to be fully rebuilt so I can have it back, drop it in there, and take that S1000 out of there, because I need that space so I can either pull in my Toyota truck or the X3 and make some good content on those. That is a wrap for this video, guys. I hope you found it helpful. This is not really a how-to video. This is more like informational type of video. So if your clutch just went out and everything else is looking good, your master cylinder, slave cylinder, everything looks good, just check that fork. That could be the reason why your clutch just went out. All the parts that I used or any sort of links will be down in the description. Hoping to have that S2000 engine soon so that I can, you know, keep moving forward with that car and, you know, bring you guys some more content on it. And keep doing some more work. So stay tuned, guys. Definitely more content on the way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Clutch is shifting like a dream. Oh my god!